Hello and welcome to the video. So today I'm bringing you another product review, and it's one from a familiar face, VRROC. So you may have seen my previous video on VRROC's prescription lenses for the virtual reality headset I did for the PlayStation VR 2, and they are absolutely fantastic. I still use them to this day, so it means I can take these things off and then I can still see when I'm gaming, which is fantastic. So they've kindly sent me some that they've just made for the Quest 3, which for the Quest 3 right now I'm still having to wear my glasses inside and they steam open. I have all the problems that I mentioned in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, you can go ahead, I'll link it in the description. The lenses work great. So you get a clip-on frame that goes over the lens of your headset, and then you get this little magnetic lens that has your prescription on, and then you just clip on and off if you need to. So I'm excited to see what we've got for the Quest 3. The shape of the headset and the way the lenses come out, the pancake lenses, doesn't really give much room, so I'm interested to see how the Quest 3 lenses actually attach and how well they stay on. Let's have a look. So packaging wise, it's not the most premium of packaging, it is just a small box, and that's what the PSVR 2 ones came in. But it's the quality of the product that we're checking, it's not the quality of the packaging, although sometimes it's nice to get a nice premium box. So they come with the lenses, which I imagine are in this orange sleeve here, and then this blue light blocker tester here, which is a little light that you shine, and it checks if it blocks a blue light. So let's have a look inside here. And it is bubble wrap, so they are protected. All you've got to do with these things is just send them in your prescription when you order, and it makes sure that you can see when you're playing VR. Now I mentioned before that the box isn't necessarily the most premium. That said, they do come in this fantastic little cover with the logo on there, so it says VRROC. There you go. There's your money shot, and it's a sleeve that you can keep them safe. Zips open, and then inside there you'll see that you've got the lenses. Now they are currently in like a cellophane package, and that's just to keep them protected. So what we'll do is we'll proceed to the installation, and then we'll do some testing, see how they are. Okay, so let's talk installation. So the lenses themselves, once you take them out of this case, are in like this little cellophane packet. So take them out of the cellophane packet and you'll have a lens that looks like this. Now on there, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a little L at the top. Try and get it in focus, but it's right here. It's right here, L. And there'll be an R on the other one as well. Now ignore my prescription, you probably can't see jack with that. But what you need to do with these, you might be looking and thinking, Crackadoon, how do I connect this damn thing? They do send you an instructional video on how to actually connect it. I've watched that, which did give me a little bit of a revelation, because looking at this I thought, on the PlayStation VR 2 you clearly had two different sections, and one was a magnetic clip that clips over it, and then one was your lens. On this one it's a little harder to see, but if you get your nail in you can see it clips off. So this is your magnetic piece, this is your lens, this is your actual prescription lens. Now this is the thing that you will take off if you're giving your headset to someone. This bit clips on, and I'll show you that in a moment. Then this bit just magnetically attaches, and it is fairly secure. I can honestly say that on the PlayStation VR 2 never had any issues with it dropping off. But if, for example, I wanted to give my partner a go of the headset, all I have to do is take this piece off, not this piece. This won't obscure any vision, so this is just covers the outside of the lens so that this can clip on magnetically. I'm going to try and show you as best I can how to actually clip these things in. So as I mentioned, this is the L piece, which means it goes on the left, and we just want to match the shape from the magnetic clip to the lens itself. Careful not to make any contact, and you don't want to be scratching. Try and match the shape up. It's hard to do while filming. Once you think you've got that as a perfect match, you want to push down until you hear a click like that. Make sure it's connected in each way and that it's not loose, and that's connected. So now we have our magnetic outer shell connected, and when we want to insert our lens, all we do is match the L at the top with the L on the magnetic clip, match them up, and there we go, that's magnetically attached. So now that shouldn't drop off. And there you go. That's how you connect the lens. So I'll connect the other lens and then we'll do some testing. Okay, so there we go. Both lenses are now in. You can see that the left and right lens are connected. So that's now got my prescription in, and I should be able to see perfectly or as good as my prescription allows, in the virtual reality headset, the MetaQuest 3. Now, it does work brilliantly in the PlayStation VR 2 headset, and they come out dead easily. Now, the PlayStation VR 2 headset is a little bit bigger. You've got a bit more room inside to sort of stick your hand in and take them out when you need to. My hands are big and clumsy. With the Quest 3 being as small as it is, I'm finding it a little bit more difficult to sort of get in and out. But not impossible. It may be that if I struggle too much, I'll have to take the facial interface off. But now that the clips are in, taking out the magnetic lens actually isn't too much of a big deal. You just got to get a grip on it, and then it can go straight back in. Now, I will say, obviously, the lenses are smaller. Like I say, I'm struggling a little bit with how small they are, so they do feel a little bit more small and tiny in my hands, based on the PlayStation VR 2 ones. But that's not a bad thing. But let's see if they actually work. And if I can see okay through them, which I'm sure they will. Like I say, I've used these lenses before in the past, but to hell with these things. Let's try it out. So I'm just looking at the sort of the menu. I'm going to load up like my painting game or something, just something where I know I can baseline it, where I'd need to focus. My eyes feel fairly comfortable. I'm now in Vermilion. I can see as good as this prescription will allow me to. I'm not getting any eye strain or anything. I'm shaking my head. I don't feel the lenses moving around upside down. So they're fairly stable inside. And like I said, now if I wanted to hand this over to someone who doesn't wear my prescription glasses, all I have to do is take the headset off, take those lenses out. So I would take them out. Excuse me. And then I'll put them in this little case here, this VRROC carry case. Not that I'm going to take these lenses anywhere, unless I was going to like a hotel or something. But in that case, to be honest with you, if I was going on my own, I would just leave them in the headset. But you get this cool little carry case. So I've got two of these now. So I've got one for the PlayStation VR 2 lenses and one for the MetaQuest 3. I think the carry case is about the same size. It doesn't make sense for them to make different size cases unless the other one's particularly larger. Maybe I'll go do a comparison at some point. But they're downstairs, and I can't be bothered to go down just for the purposes of this video. Just trust me, it's a pretty cool case. Go and watch my other video. Measure them on the screen if you have to. But that's a cool carry case in case you need to put the lenses somewhere. Remember, lenses are expensive, which is the main reason that these prescription lenses are so important, because you don't want to damage these things, and you definitely don't want to damage these things, because these lenses they're like babies. They need looking after. They're very fragile. And it's going to be very difficult if you need to replace a lens in your virtual reality headset, because those things aren't cheap, and my glasses aren't cheap either. They're not particularly any designer brand, but they're still not cheap. So I'd rather not have to replace these as well as those for the sake of them rubbing together and damaging each other. It'd be a very toxic relationship, damaging each other. Now, you do get the little spacer, on the Quest 2. On the Quest 2, there's like a glasses spacer you can put in. On the Quest 3, the way they do this is there's like two buttons inside here, and this thing sort of pulls out. So you can see the little space here that extends, so it pulls out a little bit, gives you a bit more room for your glasses. So you can argue that you don't really need them, but what happens when you pull that out is you feel the view is kind of reduced, and it lets a little bit more light in. So if you want full immersion, or if you just don't want to wear your glasses, maybe you're someone who only has to wear glasses when you're watching TV and gaming, and you think, well, why do I need to put glasses on just to wear a headset? There's a solution for you. So there's a solution for a number of different scenarios, and I personally think they are worth it, purely on the financial risk avoidance standpoint, because like I say, it's expensive stuff if you have to replace them. So for the sake of buying these lenses, you're saving yourself potential costs in replacing lenses, headsets, glasses. So it's up to you. Weigh up the costs. But I can say that these are definitely worth it in my opinion. And I love the ones that I've got on my PlayStation VR 2. They're still on there. And it's not a massive pain to take off either, like I say. And I do play games with my partner, or I allow the kids to use the headset, and all I do is I make sure before they go on, I'll take the lenses off. And I'll do it myself, because again, I don't want anyone touching anything or breaking anything. So there you go. VRROC prescription lenses for the MetaQuest 3. Or if you want to go on the website, they sell them for other headsets as well. Like I said, there's the PlayStation VR 2 version. I think there's MetaQuest 2. If you use code Craigadoon, you'll get 10% off. So why not, eh? I'm always trying to give back. I'm always trying to share the love and give back to people. So use code Crackadoon if you do make a purchase. You'll save 10%. If you're a glasses wearer like me, then first off, you're very cool. And secondly, get yourself some lenses. Protect these bad boys and protect this bad boy at all costs. Very expensive babies. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.